So we want this to be on snug, but loose enough to be rotated by hand and pushed up and down with a little bit of effort. Okay, so next we're going to drop in the top of the assembly. You can notice that we've got our spacer bolts backed off a little bit and our long tension rods inserted already. This is just going to come in like this from the front and then sit down onto the collar like so. We'll make sure that these screws are clearing. And the next step is going to be inserting a shim or a feeler gauge in order to set the spacer bolts. Okay, so here's our spacer. This one is a 24 thousandths thick, but we'll update that with the recommended thickness. The idea here is to run these spacer bolts down so that we can't over tighten this joint and shear off our weld bead. So the procedure here would be to insert your spacer and then run down the screw until it touches. We want to make sure that we're just sitting flat on top of our collar, like this, with these bolts loosened. And we just touch down like that, and then tighten this jam nut right here. We're going to do that for all three. Alright, so we've got our jam nuts finger tight right here, and we're just going to double check that we can still fit our feeler gauge. And that all looks good. Again, we're sitting on the collar right now. So, next step is to attach the bottom plate, which we have right here. And we're just going to thread these in here, and I'll come right back when I'm done. Okay, so now we've got our three long bolts here. They're finger tight, so things can still move a little tiny bit. And we're going to go ahead and now torque all three one step at a time, maybe a quarter turn or a half turn at a time, like this, so that we get nice even compression. And we're going to do that until our spacer bolts bottom out onto the manifold there. At that point we're done.